So the important part of this groove is not the actual pattern of the groove. Of course, you have to learn the pattern and you have to find the mechanics of it, where do the notes fall, and the independence of it. But really, what makes the groove really sound good is not the actual pattern itself. It has a part to play, but it has a small part to play in it. What really makes the groove feel good, sound good, makes people want to dance to it, makes people want to listen to it, makes people want to play along with it, is what I consider 5 things after the pattern. And I find that drummers skip over these things a lot. A lot of my students, they want to learn new grooves, new fills, and they just want to get the pattern down. And then they stop there and they move on to another groove. But there's something really, really important, what I consider these 5 things that really make a groove feel good, a groove, make it groove. So the first thing is the time. If you have bad time, it's not going to feel good. The groove won't move forward. And there's time, meaning if the groove is going faster or if the groove is dragging. And then there's the inner time, which I consider all the notes in between every quarter note. So the subdivisions, having those tight. And when I say tight, I don't mean they have to be played always exactly right on a 16 note or a triplet or whatever you're playing. But it's for you to have a control to be able to play what you feel. Okay? The second thing is consistency in sound. And what I mean by that is every time you hit a bass drum, to make it sound the same dynamic level, the same tone. Every time you hit the snare, it sounds the same. When you hit an accent, it sounds the same. When you hit a ghost note, it sounds the same. Same thing with the hi-hat. Consistency in a groove makes the groove move forward. If every time you hit the snare, it's always different, the groove it's gonna hold the groove back. And again, I want to stress that it doesn't mean that you have to play every single note the same dynamic level, the same tone. If you hear something else, go for it. But you have to have that control. If not, you can't. If you hear something else, you won't be able to do it. Okay, the third thing are dynamics. So in between the instruments, in between the kick, snare, and hi-hat, the relationship of the 3 between each other. If you're playing the bass drum super loud, the snare super soft, and the hi-hat, loud or whatever, it might groove, it might be cool, but it might not. Again, the same thing. You have to have a control over the dynamics of the relationship between these 3 to make them blend together like it's one instrument. The fourth thing are ghost notes and accents. So we went over it, different sounds that you can get from the hi-hat, from the snare. And let's say a ghost note on the top here and a ghost note here, they kind of could blend together and create similar sounds, but a bit different. It creates mountains and valleys in the groove and just gives the groove, gives it a 3-dimensional feel. And the fifth thing is our state of mind. So our mind won't make us play better, but our mind will make us play worse. It will hold us back by having fearful thoughts about, do I sound good? Or even, do I sound great, if you're saying that to yourself. All these thoughts that while they're going on in your head takes you out of the present moment when you're playing the drums. And when you're playing, you want to be present for every note. That's what makes the groove feel good. That's what gives the groove an intensity and really propels it forward. So I would really encourage you, the next groove that you learn, after you learn the pattern, really don't stop there. record yourself. Listen, am I speeding up? Am I slowing down? Are the notes in between consistent? Is my sound consistent? Ghost notes and accent. Is there enough dynamics between them? How does it sound? The relationship between the kick, snare, and hi-hat. And also notice when you're playing, what are the thoughts in my head? Do I have thoughts? Am I in the present moment playing the drums, feeling every note? So the 5 things I just spoke about, I explain and demonstrate in detail on my 2 DVDs, Improve Your Groove. If you're interested in checking them out, you could go to my website at maxsansalonedrums.com, and there's trailers for both DVDs. You could click on the link in the Show More section just beneath this video, and you could check the trailers out and see if you're interested. So till the end of May, I'm giving a special. Whoever buys my 2 DVDs, I'm going to give them a free critique of their playing. So what that is you send me a video or audio of yourself playing either with a band or by yourself, and I'll send you a critique of your playing and also send you suggestions of exercises you could do to better your playing. And usually I charge $50 for this critique, but till the end of May, if you buy my 2 DVDs, you get this for free. So I hope you got something out of this lesson, even though I didn't play anything, and I'll see you next time.